Everyone, welcome back to another movie review. I am back reviewing the second movie in the Halloween franchise for Rob Zombie, and it is another remake slash sequel to his first film from 2007. And this movie was released on August 28th, 2009. It had a $15 million budget and made $39.3 million at the box office. Not quite the success that the first one had, but this was again written and directed by Rob Zombie. It has mixed to negative reviews with critics, of course. It has a 4.9 out of 10 on IMDb, a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 76% on Google. And again, this will have some spoilers in it, so if you haven't seen the sequel, then you may not want to watch this review. But this movie again stars Tyler Mane as Michael Myers, Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis, Scott Taylor Compton as Laurie, Sherry Moon Zombie as Deborah, Danielle Harris as Annie. And this picks up right after the first movie, and Laurie is recovering from her injuries. Annie actually survives and makes it to the second movie, which in the original series she is killed. But I'm really happy that Danielle Harris comes back for this movie, and I was really happy that she makes it a lot further in this movie than she would have if she would have been in The Curse of Michael Myers in the original series. But Rob Zombie again tells a really good story. Michael is on his way supposedly to the morgue, and he ends up the van ends up crashing into a cow, and the two drivers, the first one behind the wheel is killed during the crash. The other one survives, but is choking on his own blood, asking for help. Michael pops out of the back, comes around, and just tears that guy a new one. It is so brutal. Michael, again, is brutal in this movie. And he, after the crash, starts going back to Haddonfield, and he takes this terror not only out on the strip club owner and some of the other people that work there, but my favorite scene in this movie, he's walking through this field, and this father, daughter, and his friend stop him, and they basically beat the crap out of him first. But then Michael, being Michael, gets right up and takes revenge out on him, and it is fantastic. I love what he does to him in that scene. I won't give it away. I won't spoil it if you haven't yet seen the movie. But you know, what the hell have you been if you haven't seen the movie, especially if you're a horror fan? But Michael goes on a tear. He's after Laurie. He's after Dr. Loomis, and goes after a new group of friends with Laurie and Annie. And also goes after the sheriff. Of course, I like the characters in this movie, but there's some flaws in this movie that I don't like. But the positives, Michael is badass again. Tyler Mane as Michael Myers, he's one of my favorites just because he's so intimidating. I think if you put him up against the other Michael Myers, I mean, he dwarfs those guys. And that's what I like about this movie. He's so intimidating. If I had a choice of walking down two separate alleys with Tyler Mane in one and then the original Michael Myers in the other, I would take the original Michael Myers only for the fact that he's smaller and I'm 6'3". I can definitely have a better chance with him than I would with Tyler Mane. And some people will probably argue, well, size doesn't matter. Well, in this case, it does, because Tyler Mane would just not only manhandle me, but he would manhandle all the previous Michael Myers, in my opinion. Malcolm McDowell, of course, returns as Dr. Loomis. Like I said in the first review of Rob Zombie's first movie, I love Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis. I don't think you're going to find someone better to take the place of Donald Pleasence. I think his character is underrated in these movies. Some people hate Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis. I don't understand it. And then I like Laurie played by Scott Taylor Compton. And I love Annie, of course, in this movie. Sheri Moon Zombie is in this movie along with what is supposed to be the original young Michael Myers. But he grew too big for his role, and so he was replaced by someone who sort of resembles him, but you see him from a faraway shot, so you really can't tell. The story in this movie is great. I love what happens with Annie in this movie. I'm not trying to sound like a pig or anything, but Danielle Harris, like I said, I love her to death. And I just love her in scary movies. And if you haven't seen this movie, yes, of course, she's in a sex scene, which a lot of guys gawk at and everything. Well, if you haven't seen a woman naked, then I just feel sorry for you. But she is beautiful. I love her in this movie. It's sad to see what actually happens to her character. She gets brutalized in this movie. It's just god awful. And then the ending of this movie, it was okay. I think it could have been a lot better, in my opinion. And that's why I'm going to get into some of the negatives here. The ending I wasn't a huge fan of. I did not like the whole horse and ghost appearances of Deborah and a young Michael. I didn't think that was necessary. It didn't need to be in the movie. I know Rob's trying to change it up, and I appreciate that, and I applaud that for him wanting to change that up. But at the same time, it just wasn't necessary. All you need in a Halloween movie is Michael Myers, for the most part, Dr. Loomis. You don't always need him. And then you need some interesting characters and a good story, and along with some good kills. But the negatives outweigh the positives in this movie. I wasn't a huge fan of this movie at first, but over time, after rewatching it a couple times, I've kind of grown to like it, only for some main reasons. Michael Myers, some of the characters, or the actors and actresses I mentioned, the kills, I really enjoyed. So I can recommend this movie, but you're not going to get what you want like you got from the first remake. But it is passable as a Halloween movie. It is, like I said, one I will recommend. But like I said, it wasn't as good as the first remake. The first remake, in my opinion, is awesome. So, with that being said, I'm going to give Halloween 2 from 2009 a 6 out of 10. Like I said, it's passable. It's just definitely not as good as the first remake, and it is one of the weaker movies in the franchise. Not the worst, by all means. You're going to find out what the worst one is in my next review. But on a grade scale, a 6 is a C+. So that is a passable grade, and I can recommend it. Anything generally 4 and under, I won't recommend. So this does get a passing grade. So definitely check it out. If you're a scary movie fan, slasher movie, horror movie, check it out. It's worth it. So in the comment section below, tell me, did you like this movie? Did you hate it? Did you like it better than the first one? Let me know what you thought about it. And if you like this review, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share this review and video with all your friends and family. I love to talk movies with you guys, especially horror movies. That is my favorite genre. It was close between horror and comedy, but don't get me wrong, I love all movies, but horror movies are fantastic. And yeah, so just let me know. And other than that, I thank you guys for watching this movie review, and I'll see you guys next time for the last movie review for this franchise, which will be Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So till then, I thank you for watching, and check you later.